Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to another Supatease video, and I thought that I would make a fun one here. We're going to ask the AI some very important questions about World of Warcraft, of course. Things like, what are the easiest classes? What are the most difficult classes to play in Dragonflight, so we can get a completely unbiased and neutral opinion of the situation. I have no idea what its response is going to be. This is literally relaying in the same real time as it is with you watching the video. I just thought it would be really entertaining to think, like, see and think what the AI thinks of World of Warcraft and what we play in it. So let's just start things off with a really big question. Which class is the easiest to play in World of Warcraft? We'll go really generic here. We'll just start like overarching down for you. I have no idea how long this is going to take to type up. In World of Warcraft, the easiest class to play can vary depending on the individual's playstyle and preferences. The AI does not wish to upset anybody initially here. However, some classes are generally considered to be more straightforward and easier to pick up than others. For example, the Hunter class is often considered to be one of the easiest classes to play in WoW due to its ranged attacks and the ability to tame pets that can assist in combat. The Hunter class is also relatively simple to understand and has a low learning curve. So they start off not wanting to upset people, and immediately in the next paragraph, all you Hunter players in the comments had better be seething here. But let's see, there's more. Another class that is considered to be easy to play is the Paladin. Ouch, McConnell. Ouch. The Paladin class has a variety of abilities that allow them to heal, deal damage, and tank, which makes them versatile and flexible. You'd never think that about Paladin. I don't think the AI has read the WoW forums about the opinions of Paladins very much, because they would not be typing this. Paladins also have strong survivability. The AI is trolling you guys. The AI is literally deliberately trying to tilt you guys right now, making them a good choice for beginners. I do think they're a decent choice for beginners who may need more time to learn how to avoid taking damage, or remember to press Divine Shield, considering we know Blizzard reported it. You have the highest death rate in World of Warcraft over any other class right now. Overall, while some classes may be considered easier to play than others, it's important to keep in mind that all classes require some level of skill and practice to master. So they encompass it, a little bit of truth, exposing, and harshness, but they wrap it up in a nice little bubble of, it's about play style, and it'll take time to practice and master. They didn't mention Demon Hunters. Should we ask them what they think of Demon Hunters? Is Demon Hunter easy to play in World of Warcraft? Because we got to know. It didn't mention it. I really thought it was going to mention this. So is Demon Hunter easy to play in World of Warcraft? What does the AI think? The Demon Hunter is generally considered to be a relatively easy class to play in World of Warcraft, especially when compared to some of the more complex classes like the Druid or Warlock. AI's on my side, guys. One reason why the Demon Hunter is considered easy to play is that it has a limited number of abilities that are available to the player. This makes it easier for new players to understand the class and how to use its abilities effectively. In addition, the Demon Hunter has a very active playstyle with a lot of mobility and fast-paced combat. This can make the class a lot of fun to play and can be appealing for players who want to jump right into the action. Overall, while the Demon Hunter is generally considered to be an easy class to play, it's important to keep in mind that all classes in World of Warcraft require some level of skill and practice to master, and they're going to tailor in that little generic response so that we don't feel so bad about our decisions here on these classes. Like, of course, pick what you're going to enjoy the most, what you get out of the game the most. I don't think anybody should ever judge you for doing that here. And this is honestly a pretty accurate depiction of Demon Hunter in this place. So I'm a bit surprised that I didn't mention it in the overarching one. So let's go in the opposite direction here. Let's figure out what is the hardest class to play in World of Warcraft. What is the most difficult class to play in World of Warcraft? All right, AI, what's it going to be? Come on. Do it for me. Do it for me. Do it for me. We got the generic, doesn't want to make anybody upset introduction. All right. The most difficult class to play in World of Warcraft can be subjective and varies based on personal experience and preference. However, some classes have a reputation for being more challenging due to their complexity and skill cap. Oh my God, it's doing it. One of the most challenging classes to play is often considered to be the Druid. The Druid is a hybrid class that can fulfill different roles in combat, such as tanking, healing, or dealing damage. This versatility makes the class more complex, as the player must be able to switch between different roles and abilities on the situation. AI is on my team, guys. I didn't, this is not rigged. None of this is rigged. This is just, none of this is pre-planned. I didn't know what I was going to type. Another class that can be challenging to play is the Warlock. Mages are raging right now, dude. The Warlock has a variety of pets and spells that they can use to deal damage and control the battlefield. But mastering the Warlock's abilities and managing their resources effectively requires a lot of practice and experience. The Rogue class can also be challenging to play, as it requires the player to constantly maneuver and use stealth to avoid detection and deal massive burst damage in a short period of time. I don't think the AI is up to date on assassination rogues here with this one, and I'm a little bit upset they included it. I'm not surprised that they included it. I would say if they're talking about subtlety, maybe it doesn't know the difference. It doesn't know the difference between assassination and subtlety. I would agree with it more. So maybe we should ask it more specifically what it thinks of assassination rogue. But ultimately, while some classes are generally considered to be more difficult than others, every class in World of Warcraft can be challenging in its own way and requires dedication and practice to master. All right, so Druid, Warlock, and Rogue appear to be some of the top 3 specs in terms of the most difficult to play, and the easiest being Hunter, Paladin, and Demon Hunter. Let's try and think of another question here that we can ask the AI. We've gone from what's the easiest, what's the most difficult. What is the most successful class? No, I can't. That's not a question we can ask for them. What is it going to be? We need to think of something here. If you guys have any ideas for questions to ask the AI as well, let me know in the comments down below, because this has absolutely been hysterical, just to see what it thinks overall of the classes in the game. And honestly, it's been decently accurate, like actually kind of scaringly accurate. Maybe I'm out of a job here pretty soon with how accurate it has been, considering how long has it even existed, and it's already gathered this much information and been this detailed. So it's always cool to read these types of questions as somebody who understands what's going on with the game, because sometimes if you don't know what's going on, you ask it and it sounds smart, but it's not actually, and so you have to get somebody who knows what it's talking about. So it's honestly pretty accurate here. I'm glad we got a little flame here into McConnell, and I'm sure the Paladins are absolutely mauling in the comment section right now. And meanwhile, us Druids, you know, we're too above that. We're too high above that here to ever get tilted by it. So it's been some very interesting responses so far to these questions. I can't believe some of the answers, the way that it wraps it together with like an intro and an outro that's like very generic and trying not to upset as many people as possible, but then immediately going into what it is specifically that we needed answered. So if you've got any ideas, questions for me to ask the AI, this was just honestly like a little fast video I wanted to make. Ask it some of the most important questions, you know, ones that are like hot topics that we talk about on my channel. See what it thinks, see what you guys think of its response. And other than that, thank you very much for watching the video, and I will catch you in the next one.